Never thought I'd see the day where a therapist was crazier than their clients, but here we are. Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today. Arkham certified psychotherapist Shabri Rawls is back on social media one mo again. All footage used in this video is under fair use of United States copyright law of 1976 and is used in conjunction with my commentary.
Yo, I got a fat coochie. It's like real fat. Like grandiose. Like fat. Like when you see me on the street, looking real fine, fat. I have the fattest coochie. Warm, loving, inviting, juicy, plump, scrumdiddlyumptious. What's for dinner? This coochie, bitch. It'll feed a nation. Fat, girthy, heavy, meaty coochie. Be well.
Now, in this latest episode that Dr. Rawls has presented online, she has decided to tell all of us all about her coochie. And as she tells us about her fat coochie, Dr. Rawls believes that she is out here presenting a positive image of herself, when in actuality, this entire episode has me wondering if the therapist needs some counseling herself. Because in this Arkham certified display, where Dr. Rawls tells us all about her fat coochie, I have to wonder if there's anything going on between her ears as she brags about what's between her legs. Because only a person with very little between their ears in their brain is going to think making an entire video talking about what's between their legs is something positive, when in actuality, if a grown woman is sitting there bragging about her genitals in the way some guys in the locker room would be talking about their rods, this behavior just shows how dysfunctional they are. Now, Shabri Rawls' behavior again appears to be extremely masculine, and it appears to be also extremely narcissistic, because only an extremely arrogant and self-centered person is going to go and make a video on social media talking about what's between their legs. And again, this is just the kind of behavior that somebody who possibly has some sort of mental health issue is going to believe is a positive image and reflection of themselves to present online. Now, I've heard somewhere that Dr. Rawls has some depression, but I don't know if that is affecting her ability to make these kinds of videos. Now, this kind of video is not something somebody makes out of confidence. No, this is the type of video an extremely insecure woman makes because she feels inadequate about herself, and to overcompensate for her feelings of inadequacy, what she does is go out here and make a video bragging about what's between her legs because she does not value herself as a person. And because she does not value herself as a person, what she does is boil herself down to the value of what's between her legs. And as she goes out here and puts on this display talking about what's between her legs and how so-called fat it is, she's sitting there trying to make us believe that this display is something that is positive. And again, it's one that makes me shake my head, because you've got a woman sitting there talking about a fat coochie when all she's showing me is that she's got an empty head, and basically that brain is rattling in between on the sides of that skull, and that this woman basically is extremely damaged. And that's what makes me look at Shabri Rawls, and I basically see her as a real-life version of Harleen Quinzel. And as a real-life version of Harleen Quinzel, is basically we've seen a therapist go mad, and this therapist has gone mad and now is a Harley Quinn that everybody is basically laughing at, because as she's sitting there talking about her sardine smelling scrumdiddlyumptious coochie, she doesn't see how she's basically made herself into the punchline of a joke, talking about that sardine snatch and telling us how scrumdiddlyumptious it is, when in actuality it possibly smells like sardines and ravioli down there, and most guys possibly don't want nothing to do with that at all, because that whole section, if you boil yourself down to a section of your body and brag about it, this is just extreme. Again, it's not a type of woman most men want to even consider having a relationship with, because most women who want to be considered for relationships do not need to go out here and be as crass like this. No, they understand that being crass like this basically shows the world that this woman has absolutely no class at all, and that this was a woman that they do not need to even want to even be in the company of. And I definitely wouldn't want to be in the company of this tattooed woman with these sagging double D's and just a completely no sort of class whatsoever, because if you can sit there and talk about your genitals for an entire minute, yeah, you're not going to be good conversation as related to a date, and most guys wouldn't want anything to do with this woman, no matter how many degrees she has, because she clearly has no values and character whatsoever that show that she is a woman that would be considered to be a wife and a mother to children. Now, this Shabri Rawls, again, pulls these stunts for attention, because she can't find love because she doesn't love herself, and she radiates such masculine and negative energy that she basically repels people with her antics and her stunts. And this Shabri Rawls behavior, again, just absolutely just so crazy, because again, here you have a person who's supposed to counsel people on mental health, and it looks like she needs some mental health here, because when you see the therapist getting on the air and talking about her coochie, that's telling me that this woman has never had a good relationship with a man. Because a woman who has had a healthy relationship with a man understands there's a time and a place to talk about certain things, and social media is not the place for a woman who is in a relationship to be talking about her genitalia. No, a woman of character understands the only person who needs to know about her fat coochie is her husband, and it is her husband who will be talking about her sexual prowess, and he will be talking about that discreetly with her in private. He will not be out here bragging about that type of business in public, because it says that he's a no-class man. Moreover, when a man starts sitting there talking about his woman, what he's doing is sending a message to other men that, okay, my woman is like this, so I'm inviting you to go out here and make a move, which is coming from a position of weakness. No, men and women of character keep their intimate secrets to themselves, and they keep their discussions about their sexual prowess to each other. They do not go out here bragging about themselves. No, they leave it to each other, and they keep that between themselves. That is what anybody does. And again, if a woman has to tell me about her coochie, it's telling me that she's not getting serviced by some guy with vitamin D. And what we see right here is a clear case of vitamin D deficiency. And she's got vitamin D deficiency because she doesn't have a boyfriend, she doesn't have a husband, and she doesn't have a boyfriend or a husband because this woman is basically Arkham certified. And because this woman is Arkham certified, Looney Tunes, This is why most men do not want to to give this woman a dose of vitamin D, and they don't want to give her a dose of vitamin D because they don't want to stick themselves in the crazy, and they don't want to stick themselves in the crazy because they don't want to wind up with a deficiency themselves. Because when you stick the vitamin D inside of the crazy, you're not going to wind up helping this person like a vitamin would. No, all you're going to do is wind up getting sick with possibly physically a venereal disease, or even worse, getting your soul tied to a dark succubus who will basically suck the life out of you. That is what can happen to a guy who would get involved with a Chabris Rawls. He would be an individual who would be ready for a straitjacket, because only a dude who is ready for a straitjacket would get involved with this Arkham certified woman and wind up making their entire life a living hell. And this is what would happen if you stuck your vitamin D into the P of the crazy. You're going to wind up in a situation with this type of woman. Again, it doesn't matter if she's got a fat coochie and it's scrumdiddly-umptious. No, all you're going to do is wind up vomiting about 5 minutes later after sticking your vitamin D into the P slot. And as you stick it into the P slot, you're going to wind up sick to your stomach, because that coochie may be fat, but I don't know if it's clean, because there are, again, since when you have women who brag about their pee, what happens is it possibly smells like ravioli down there in sardines. So season is the reason for sardines, but I don't think anybody want them sardines. Again, no guy wants to stick his vitamin D in the pee of this Chabris, because she seems to be crazy. And again, this is just, again, another Arkham certified episode from the so-called therapist who looks like she needs mental help herself. And when I look at this therapist, she looks like she needs to be put in a straitjacket, because this type of behavior and display, as she went out here and castigated black men, cost her a good job. But she's continued to go on seeking attention from people, and again, showing me that this therapist, again, isn't getting the mental health that she needs. She's not getting the mental help that she needs. And as she continues to go on undiagnosed, what has happened is that this woman is continuing to participate in more disturbing episodes, escalating her behavior, because this display right here, talking about how she's got a fat coochie, again, shows me this woman doesn't understand what the concept of boundaries and discretion are, because a woman of character who has good values understands that, again, there's concepts like discretion, there's concepts like class, and a woman who has discretion and class understands there's a time and a place for certain kind of talk. And this type of locker room behavior, again, is something that males participate in with other males inside of a space like a locker room. They don't go out here and broadcast this on social media, because to broadcast this on social media is embarrassing. And it's clear to me that this doctor doesn't understand how much she's further embarrassed herself and further tarnished her own image by putting on this display and this episode. I mean, you're sitting inside of a car without a bra on, with them sagging flapjacks, talking about your coochie and thinking that this is something positive, and everybody is shaking their heads at this woman, because this woman, again, shows me that this therapist really, again, needs the help of a psychiatrist, and they need this help when they're put into one of the facilities in a straitjacket, because this is the kind of behavior that clearly shows me that Chabris is Arkham Certified Crazy. Now, if you want to pick up some of my books that help people understand the dysfunction here, like The Woman Crisis and Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, you can find both of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find both of those books on other online booksellers like Smashware's The iBookstore and Google Play. And both The Woman Crisis and Why 70% of Black Women Are Single will detail all of the dysfunction that you see on display with Shabri Rawls and show you why this behavior is dysfunctional and what led to this woman on the road to being dysfunctional like this. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many Black women can't find a husband and why 70% of Black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.